What's up, guys? Welcome back to Ken Paul channel, and of course it's time for another F1 roundup. I am pissed. I am so fucking pissed. Ferrari, at the start of the weekend, they were really good. Literally, could have had flipping Ferrari 1-2 at the freaking start of the weekend. Practice, really good. Practice 1 and 2. Ferrari, all doing well. But then, of course, when it came to the race, we had a good start on the front pace with Verstappen starting 7th because we did manage to outpace him. But a freaking safety car 5 laps before the race ended, flipping Daniel Ricciardo caused the safety car, which I thought that was going to be the time. This is where Ferrari are going to do well. But no. What happened is the car got stuck in gear and flipping fucked up. Ugh. This is taking the piss right now. Flipping, they fucked up tyre strategy. First with France, then Hungary, and now freaking Zandvoort. And then let's not also forget the strategy they made. What was there of a Verstappen victory of? Flipping at the start of the season with Imola and Baku and Spain. Fuck's sake. Like, we kind of bounced back in Canada and Britain, perfect. Austria, absolutely perfect. Double Ferrari, back to back, absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. But no, they just had to fuck up time and time again. Literally, how could they fuck up like a 40-point advantage back in round 6, back in like Imola and Miami and Spain? We had podiums in the first 6 rounds every single time apart from one, and that was Imola. But then, of course, came Spain and Azerbaijan. Flipping engine failures. Despite we scored a 2nd place in Monaco. But luckily, it wasn't Verstappen who was winning in Monaco. It was Sergio Perez. Verstappen is definitely on his way to a 2nd world title. Charles Leclerc could have won that race. It could have either been Charles Leclerc or George Russell. But there's always the Monza curse, and it has taken place once again. This is now the 5th year in a row the Monza curse has happened. First with Hamilton in 2018, then of course with Charles Leclerc, then Pierre Gasly, then Daniel Ricciardo. And now it's Max Verstappen who's won. And that's only the first time he's ever won in Monza. He hasn't won in Singapore, he hasn't won in Japan, but the other 4 he has. He's won in USA, Mexico, Brazil, and Abu Dhabi. Verstappen hasn't won in Brazil in the last couple of years, but he's been on podium on he was pretty much on podium in the last 6 races of last year. 2021 was a fucking good season. I was on Max Verstappen the whole way. Max Verstappen, flipping Red Bull dominance, absolutely perfect. But then now this year, I was happy at the start because Max Verstappen had 2 DNFs. Actually, no, they had 3 DNFs. They had 3 DNFs in the first 3 races because Perez, final lap of Bahrain, fucked up, like his car failed, and therefore Lewis Hamilton took the victory. Lewis Hamilton hasn't even had a victory this year, which I'm kind of thankful, because we need someone to bloody dominate instead of Lewis. I was hoping it was going to be Charles Leclerc, flipping hearing the Italian anthem all the time. But no, it's surprisingly now going to be 2-time world champion Max Verstappen. And now, next year, we've got 2023 with Las Vegas and Qatar, with Qatar not being a fast open circuit apart from that 1 mile straight, which is almost the equivalent to Baku, despite Las Vegas is actually longer. Las Vegas is going to mostly be a Monza, which that will happen at like 5 and 6 a.m. at best, which I might be up for that. But then, we haven't had any word on South Africa or China, because the F1 calendar is supposed to be released in about 3 weeks. So literally, when the Singapore Grand Prix happens, after that weekend, and after Japan the next week, we're going to mostly be seeing the F1 calendar drop. If they do it at the end of the month, I will not be happy. Because I know there are four Grand Prix next month, with Singapore, Japan, USA, and Mexico, which I definitely like the last two, apart from Japan, because you can't overtake the shit. And especially with Singapore. But Singapore is actually not half bad. Like, if they could widen Singapore and maybe widen Monaco, like, if someone had a lot of money to recreate the Monaco circuit in its exact corners and widen it, maybe make it a little bit longer, maybe make it like 8 laps less, I'm all down. We need, like, I'd say a wider Monaco could make the difference. But, however, like, this year, at the start of the year, was fucking perfect, but then it's just gone down the shitter. Despite Charles Leclerc did score a podium today with George Russell, but Verstappen now needs to outscore Leclerc by 24 points, and I doubt, like, Verstappen could honestly, like, if he takes a fucking penalty in any of those 2 races, he's not gonna be fucking lucky in the slightest, despite Singapore with 61 laps, which, if the lap times end up being in the 1:39s, then that's going to be a problem, of course. Because Spain is roughly 1:18. Singapore, 3 miles? Fuck me! You can, like, lap a 1:34. You can lap, in qualifying, possibly the same as what you could do in Baku last year. So, of course, Singapore's next. 61 laps, then 53 in Japan, followed by another 56 in USA, with the final 2 70-lap races of the year being Brazil and Mexico, which one of them you can't overtake for shit. And then we got Abu Dhabi. Like, the next season's going to be happening literally after the new year. Like, it's literally ending mid-November. And then we've got mid-November, December, January, and February. So 3 full months. So we got a longer break this time round before the season starts back up again. Like, for the drivers, we still got to see AlphaTauri, Alfa Romeo, Haas, Williams. There are still 4 teams yet to be replaced. Ricciardo will go into one of those slots. Gasly's going to go to Alpine. We might be seeing IndyCar Colton Herta coming in. Put fucking Nick de Vries in fucking Williams, please. Put Nick de Vries in. And then, like, you could end up having Daniel Ricciardo out of a seat, or, yeah, it's either going to be Daniel or Logan Sargent going into that seat in the final one. And then once the 2023 grid's all booked, we're in for another good season, which will mostly see another Red Bull dominance. But however, like, I want to see a freaking 3-car fight. Because Mercedes can get the win. Like, maybe in Brazil. Like, maybe Brazil they can do it. But it's just not good. Ferrari need to do something. Like, I will refuse to become a Ferrari supporter. I've fully given up. Max Verstappen, 11 victories. Max Verstappen has had more victories in the 2022 season than freaking Hamilton in the 2019 season, where he had 11. Because back then, we had Bottas, Verstappen, Leclerc, Vettel, and there was possibly one more other driver, but I think there was only 5 winners. Like, 2 of them were Charles Leclerc, 1 was by Sebastian Vettel, 2 by Valtteri Bottas, I think 3 by Max Verstappen, which of course ended up being Austria, Germany, and oh God, what was the other one? Like, I was about to say Mexico, but Mexico was 2018. It wasn't no, Valtteri had 3 wins because of that one in the Americas. Max Verstappen had Brazil. That was the other one. So, like, Hamilton had more wins than all the drivers combined. Verstappen, 11 wins, while all the other drivers had 5. Leclerc could possibly get another victory. You could maybe see... Maybe Sainz could get a victory? And, like, usually it's going to take me a few hours to sort this out because... What the fuck were they doing in Italy? What the fuck? Why have so many good races we had last year have taken a massive step back? Baku last year, really good. Silverstone last year. Monza last year. Jeddah last year. What other races were there? Like, Imola was good. Like, Brazil, we need to see something. We didn't even have a fucking collision, which that's taking the piss. Ferrari need to get their shit together. Hopefully they can claw out another win, because at the moment, Verstappen needs 24 more points, which literally, he will do it by Japan, because Leclerc will obviously... If Leclerc gets a podium, Verstappen will technically... If Leclerc gets a third, and Verstappen could maybe get, like, maybe in Japan, maybe in Americas, definitely not, hopefully, fingers crossed, definitely not Singapore, because if he gets in Singapore, I'm going to be fucked off. Like, he'll do it. If he does it in America, it makes sense, because that's when championships usually done, as same as with Mexico. But if Verstappen even gets 1 DNF, he'll do it by America for definite, because there is no way he'll get by Singapore, even if he wins. I'm done with my video for today. I'll see you guys 3 weeks for Singapore. Peace.